Op het landgoed praat ik met Kelly Parker. Ze werkt nu in Hollywood als producer van films. Maar ooit was zij goed bevriend met Michael Jackson. Zoals ze er nu uitziet herkent u haar misschien niet. Maar misschien helpt dit plaatje. Kelly speelde naast Michael een hoofdrol in de film Moonwalker uit 1988.
We shot for a year, and I was 10, 11 in that time frame. And then I also continued to be friends with him for about a decade.
Yeah. So you've been here?
I have. I came here 3 times. The first time I came, I was probably about 12, and the last time I was probably about 18, 19.
And what is it like to be back?
It's a little bit surreal. You know, I have so many wonderful memories here. It's a little bit weird that there's no furniture, you know, that it's empty. So I feel him here, but I don't at the same time.
How do you feel him?
Just all the memories I have when I look around of all the great times we had here and having a water balloon fight right out here. And
In de film redt Michael haar van een gangster. You played here. Were the attractions up already then?
they were. The first time that I came, sorry.
Okay.
The first time that I came, he had actually just purchased the land. So it's pretty much the guest house and the main house and a couple other things. And then each time I came back, he had added more and more. So the last time I came, there was the full amusement park and the zoo and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal to be here just you know, a week after his death. I mean, how do you feel about this place coming back here? Did you have good memories of it, or after all the stories about Michael, how do you feel being back here?
Oh, I have nothing but amazing memories from the entire time that I knew him and was friends with him. I can't say enough good things. He just had this unconditional love. He was so pure. And I just have so many great memories.
De vraag is nu, wat moet er gebeuren met deze bijzondere plaats? De fans buiten de hekken, die weten het wel. Ze willen dat dit dé herdenkingsplaats wordt voor de king of pop.
It should be a museum like Graceland.
Why?
You know, people can come and visit and see all the wonderful things and Michael's done and all his stuff. They can come see it like they do at Graceland. We've gone to Graceland and it's a wonderful thing.
We love him and he'll never be forgotten. And it's a place to come to clear our minds and free our thoughts when we're missing him.
His spirit is already here, so his body should be here as well.
En wat vindt Kelly, die hier als kind speelde?
He inspired the whole world. The whole world loved him. And so for them to be able to come and be here, I think could also be a really wonderful thing.
But it would lose its tranquility that it has now, right?
True.
Het treinstation van Neverland. Zijn broer Jermaine wil dat Michael hier begraven wordt, op deze plaats. En ik denk dat het niet zomaar is dat we hier zijn binnengelaten. De eigenaren van Neverland willen laten zien dat dit de ideale plek is voor een museum en een half pretpark. Want dat is het eigenlijk al.
This is a recreation of Neverland here in Beverly Hills, and it's open to the public from April 14th through the 21st, prior to the auction on April 22nd through the 25th. Last summer, Michael Jackson and his manager had contacted us about clearing out Neverland and putting everything up for auction that they wanted to sell. So this is 8 months worth of hard work and efforts, and it took about 30 guys, 10 semi-trailers, but we did it. We got it all put together. But the white glove is the simplest, but it's also the most iconic.
And what do you think you will fetch for that?
Well, we estimate it $10,000 to $15,000 on the white glove, but it'll go somewhere 50, 100,000 and possibly higher.
How much control did Tohme Tohme have over Michael Jackson's finances?
He had pretty much complete control.
In what way?
He had checking accounts. He was having money put into the accounts. He was signing checks.
He was signing checks for Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
And Michael allowed that?
He gave him the power to do it.
The final straw came just months before Michael's death as he announced his London concerts. A happy moment with drama backstage. Michael's personal possessions were up for auction, and Tohme got into a dispute with the auctioneers. In court papers obtained by NBC News, the auctioneer said Tohme's people actually threatened their lives, saying there will be bloodshed. Tohme denies ever telling anyone to say that, but it was enough for Michael Jackson to sever ties with the man who ran his life.
He said, I don't speak to Tohme. I don't want to deal with Tohme. What do we do from here? I have to write him a letter.
So you let everybody know Tohme Tohme and Michael Jackson aren't together anymore.
Right.
This is the letter written on May 5th, 2009, signed by Michael Jackson himself. It says, Dr. Tohme R. Tohme is no longer authorized to represent me. But friends say Tohme didn't take the hint. He kept trying to do business on Michael's behalf. The day of Michael's death, he was at the hospital.
If you please, there will be no question.
And weeks after Michael died, he said this to Matt.
I'm still in charge of Michael's Jackson's business. till otherwise I am informed not to do so.
Longtime friends told us Michael had turned a corner in his final months, and firing Tohme, they say, was a big part of it. Was Michael trying to change his life around at the end?
He wasn't trying. Michael was not trying to change his life. Michael was changing his life.
In just the past couple of weeks, Tohme was back in the news. He turned over $5.5 million of Michael Jackson's money back to Jackson's estate. Tohme says he did it voluntarily. While he refused to speak on camera, Tohme told us off camera the truth about everything will come out. But he wouldn't elaborate on what the truth is or when it will come out.
One character who continues to pop up in our investigation is a mystery advisor named Dr. Tohme Tohme.
Patrick Alaco is a New Jersey-based concert promoter who spent the last 10 months trying to book Michael Jackson for a one-night gig. His negotiations with Jackson insiders gave him a ringside seat to the pop star's physical, mental, and financial state leading up to the ill-fated London concert series and ultimately Michael's death. Is there a villain in this real-life melodrama? Alaco thinks so. In your dealings, you were exposed to different people around Michael, including his then financial advisor, Dr. Tohme Tohme. Tell me about his relationship with Michael. Did he know that Michael was having problems getting prepared for any concert?
Yes, everyone around the inner circle of Michael knew that there were difficulties, there were missed rehearsals, there was erratic behavior on the part of Michael in terms of his dedication to the project.
Geraldo, your sources knew months before he died that Jackson's concert preparations were deeply flawed.
So I watched these businessmen, and I watched them advance this money to Michael, throwing the money into the black hole that was his life in disarray, and never believing that he would ever really consummate the comeback. And clearly, that's the reality.
According to Alaco, as he attempted to push his own project, he became aware that Jackson's inner circle, namely Dr. Tohme Tohme, was well aware of Jackson's addiction to drugs and his deteriorating health.
Dr. Tohme intimated to me and told, yes, that there was an understood problem with drugs. Dr. Tohme told us flat out that he didn't feel Michael would make one date in London.
Tohme is the mysterious financial advisor who convinced Jackson to make Neverland the next Graceland. In a bold venture, he arranged Colony Capital, a private equity firm run by Los Angeles billionaire Tom Barack, to invest $22 million to save Neverland from foreclosure. Then people got greedy.
I overheard Michael Jackson telling Leonard Rowe that he only committed to 10 shows in London.
Alaco feels Michael was pushed into the London concert series by businessmen trying to exploit Jackson's well-publicized money troubles.
Dr. Tohme was charged with one thing, and that's to bring money into Colony Capital, to recover that debt that they had on Neverland. And Dr. Tohme used AEG as one of the tools to do that. And that was, they at one point told me it was a $500 million 3-year project. That's a tremendous amount of money at stake, and I think money corrupts, and I think you see the end result of greed.
I agree with what the guy's saying, but you cleaned up his interview. Didn't he also say that Tohme Tohme said that he was going to screw Michael Jackson in a very vivid description.
And the entire Jackson clan. Just about a month before Michael died, Tohme was let go by Jackson and was very bitter about that. And Laka was animating when Tohme completely lost it and said he was going to bring death and destruction, I don't know if it was literally, on to the Jackson family. Tohme completely lost it and said he was going to bring death and destruction on to the Jackson family.
You cannot allow somebody to just be in total control of your life.
I totally agree with that. That's why I'm calling you.